Here is my EMDD website redesign project for 620's Empathy Research presentation. The problem space. The current website does not clearly explain how the three pillars of the program were tied into the community projects. So how can we address this concern through innovative storytelling while also using the website to attract potential students and develop an alumni community? To help answer this question, I looked at some of the current literature addressing website redesigns and website strategies used to attract potential grad students. Carnegie Mellon used a design thinking process to redesign their library's website. They used web-based surveys to determine students' needs, and usability testing with Think Aloud methods to discover what weaknesses still needed to be tweaked with the website design. They discovered users navigate the web pages from top to bottom and left to right. Colors and graphics draw users' attention, and consistency and overall design elements such as global headers provided users with a sense of place, but users did not look at the header to provide specific links to the website. Many universities today are facing a self-supporting financial structure in their departments. The Department of Educational Technology at Boise State University decided to use this opportunity of needing to generate revenue as a great time to discover how students find out about their program. The EdTech website was seen as the primary way students discovered their graduate online program. So they wanted to know how they could strategically market their website. I should point out that this research was conducted in 2007, but I still think there are key elements that can be utilized from their conclusions. They discovered most students found their program after Google searches. They focused on creating a website using HTML metadata heading information that would optimize search engine queries. They also came up with recommendations like hiring a webmaster to work exclusively on the website, creating design and content standards, and publicizing the website on all department emails, brochures, envelopes, and even on instructors' office nameplates. Next, I looked at a study looking at the link between web page aesthetics and a user's judgment about the site's credibility. The researchers showed participants 42 images of both high aesthetic homepages and low aesthetic homepages. The researchers believe the pages without professional design would be rated negatively and not provide the user with much confidence. Conclusions drawn through this study included that there is a relationship between aesthetics and a positive user reaction to a website. Though fancy graphics alone do not make a user declare a website credible, design clearly does have impact. The author asked in this essay, is transmedia storytelling a marketing strategy or a form of storytelling? She begins by explaining what transmedia storytelling is not, and then provides a definition of what it is. A narrative that forms a unified story involving a beginning, a middle, and an end in a fairly consistent story world. Here she provides examples such as The Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter. The story worlds can evolve into a participatory culture climate which includes movies, novels, comic books, computer games, and fan fiction. So after looking at some of the current literature, I needed to gather information from key stakeholders of the EMDD website. I interviewed 4 alums of the program to discover what they liked about the current website and possible ideas for creating an alumni community area on a website redesign. Several key themes developed over the interviews. Alums liked that the pillars were identified very close to the top of the page. They liked the overall clean design, the news area, scrolled header, which provided some animation on the page. They did not like that the site was not mobile friendly, the content was outdated, and the use of the low quality photos, especially for a very visual program like EMDD. They also felt like the tags were excessive on the lower right-hand side. EMDD faculty were also identified as stakeholders, and both Jen and Kevin were interviewed. They both liked that the website did not follow the Ball State template or overall look. They also liked the explanation of the 3 pillars and that the projects were a main focus of the web page. They agreed that the content was not up to date and a narrative structure needed to tell the cool projects taking place in the program using videos, photos, and text. Jen thought the human-centered interaction was a term that should be changed to user experience to provide a better view of what the EMDD program offers. What are the constraints facing a website redesign? First, just the time it will take to create a dynamic website clearly explaining what the program is and what are the key learning outcomes from a degree. That will take a lot of new content involving text, photos, and videos to help tell the program's story. And this will be a continuous process because the website really needs to be updated frequently. To create an engaging website, this will require a team effort from faculty, students, and alum. And if the website needs to follow Ball State branding, that will place a design constraint on the page. What are some of the elements the website must have? It really needs to be used as a place you want to send prospective students to. So it needs to tell the program's story in a dynamic way, maybe with a user journey map of what it is like to be a grad student in the program, ending with some of the different paths alums have taken. The website also needs to show the design process and a variety of the community projects. This will help attract prospective students as well as future community partners. It should also include an alumni place for networking and connecting with the present program. Stakeholders identified many problem areas of the website. The number one problem was a lot of the content was not current. The three pillars in the design thinking process could be explained better by bringing in familiar examples and changing HCI to user-centered or user experience. The research page was described as a sea of faces, and users didn't know where to click or what they were supposed to do on that page. This led to a lot of confusion. For a website that has a primary focus of attracting new students to the program, the How to Apply button really needs to stand out. Right now it gets lost in all of the scrolling and is in the middle of the home page. Alums and current students do not have a lot of content drawing them to go to the website. Interviewed alumni want to find a way to reconnect and give back to the program. This could be done through the website or a Facebook page. One alum even mentioned coming back and speaking to current students as a way to give back to the program. This alum also mentioned maybe once a semester they could look at an email showing a current student's project proposal and provide feedback and ideas. Another indirect observation noted was that users quickly scrolled up and down the home page and really did not take much time to stop and read the text. This is something that will need to be considered when redesigning the new website. How can we draw people in with videos and photos, but also have them read the important content? Direct observations were also made through the interview process because some of the interviewees were looking at the current website as they were being interviewed. It was noted that the program is innovative and cool, but the website is not. The website could be a great place for current students to find the student handbook, and maybe it should be renamed to Student Journey Map, which might draw in some views by prospective students. The design thinking process needs to be emphasized so prospective students do not think of EMDD as a master's in graphic design program. A recruiting website really needs to make it clear what a user should do after looking at the website. The current EMDD website does not really make this point obvious. A button for applying now and to get more information needs to be located where users can easily see them. There also needs to be a contact information for the director of the program at the bottom of the home page. It is also hard for community partners to understand what emerging media is and ways they can work with the program. One alum mentioned using some vocabulary on the website such as "work with us." This would be a great way to invite community partners to look at that area of the website. This area could also include past community partners and include brief descriptions of the past projects so future partners could see the innovative ways students have worked on previous projects. Several stakeholders mentioned they liked the animated header, but they did not like the low-res images or the cartoon image of Garfield. A better image could have been chosen to reflect the scope of Project Garfield. The current image led a couple of the stakeholders to wonder if this was an elementary school program, since it is the first image that appears on the header. And finally, the website does not tell a prospective student why they should be excited and interested in applying to the EMDD program at Ball State University. The website should be your biggest and best way to pitch the program to prospective students. Hopefully, the redesign will find several innovative ways to tell the program's story, what skills students will learn, and alumni success stories, and it will be obvious why a prospective student would want to apply.